Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Coach Keas Hoops Academy. This is story time I've been meaning to tell you guys for a little minute now. It's about when I got casted for the video game. This was about 4 years ago. So I'm on social media. A lot of my numbers was hitting like 940,000. Every video, every handle video I was posting during this time was just like going skyrocket. But Instagram wasn't holding, any viewership the way the algorithm was working during this time. Every video I was posting at a certain point was just, if I got anything less than 100,000, I was kind of like upset. But that was just like the growth of like, my consistency over the years. So I was putting in a lot of work, going to the gym, being creative, and then just using my God-given ability to dribble. During this time, I'm hitting a lot of viewership, a lot of numbers, big numbers. I'm gonna have some of the screenshots for some of the videos that kind of just went, big numbers, big streams, big viewership. So it kind of got my name buzzing on top of everything that I did leading into that. So during this time, going into 2021, me and my brother Jordan Sutherland, at the end of 2020, he actually got booked for a New Balance commercial, and as a true brother, as a true friend, somebody that's genuine, somebody that's not worried about, oh, he may take my spot or anything like that. And I say that because in my 14 years of being out of high school, you kind of see like who's a real friend, who's a real brother, who's really here to see you win and know like, he has a lot of talent. He has a guy, he has a gift. He put me on. So we shot the New Balance commercial together. That's gonna be another story time. But going into 2021, I had a lot of momentum personally, just from social media, hitting those type of numbers. Um, then I actually got a chance to run into Chase Walker. A lot of people that know Chase Walker, he does all the Country Wayne video footage. So, I was able to get around Country Wayne. I was on set for about 8 to 10 hours, just kind of picking Country Wayne brain. And then he had Lamar Odom on set that same day too. So I got the chance to, I never met Kobe Bryant a day in my life, but I was close enough to get to Kobe, as far as like, just knowing, getting to talk to Lamar Odom. So, that was a blessing for me. Just hearing like behind the scenes stories, just kind of networking, letting them know what I do, how I got into this door. Everybody in that room was, big time. You had ex NBA player, Country Wayne, Chase, a lot of the actors, big time people. So, everybody asking, what they do. So from January all the way leading into October, I'm training, running my business, expanding, stuff like that. Normal stuff, but I'm still keeping up with the content. So October gets here, we have manager um during this time. I got a phone call from my manager, and I just remember him saying like, "Yo, these people ran across your page, XYZ, they're doing a new video game, and they need somebody to star as Kyrie Irving to do, ball handling or whatever." So I'm like, oh yeah, this is easy alley oop, easy setup for me. You know what I mean? Like, definitely put me on that. And my boy Hezzy guy, I'm not even sure if he know about this story behind the scenes. Actually gonna book him. That's what they told my management. They said, "Yo, we gonna book Hezzy guy, blah blah blah," but we're trying to his scheduling or something in between. So they asked my management like, "Is he as advertised? Like, can he really dribble? The way we see him dribble on these videos. Like, is he really?" Like that or whatever. Like, is he a one take guy, two take guy? These are things that, a film industry they're asking because that goes into account of time and all of that good stuff. Fast forward, what I'm saying, they go ahead and they book me to Marcus. He's one of the first guys to ever be a part of 2K. When Allen Iverson was on the cover. So I appreciate him for giving me this opportunity or giving me that opportunity back then. So everything goes good. They send the contract over. My manager, what I'm saying? I got a lawyer. So everything got sent through. Everything looked good. This is probably the most money I ever made prior to this date. Um, just like within the 8 hour time frame. Like, I've never made that much money in 8 hours. It's turned 28. So I'm like, man, all this hard work, everything that I've been building up to, led me to this point. So we fly to LA. Of course, I flew Delta. You know what I'm saying? So flew Delta Comfort. And then I didn't do first class. You know what I'm saying? It ain't they pay good, but I wanted to keep a lot of that money in my pocket. Straight from day one, it was just like hospitality. We was was 10 out of 10. Um, the cast and crew, everybody that was part of Niantic. And a lot of people that don't know what Niantic is, Niantic, if I'm saying it right, is the same company that does Pokemon Go.
I'm out here with the legendary combo god himself.
Got me as they got me as Keas right, starring as Kyrie Irving. Um, uh, and it wasn't just Kyrie; it was they needed ball handling, but specifically it was like the main thing was Kyrie, but then they also needed ball handling so they can plug in for like Chris Paul. Um, it was a Russell Westbrook, and I forgot it was another guard. Like I said, man, this was a great opportunity for me. This was like the cherry on top of my career, as far as everything that I was building up to. Just being consistent on Instagram, and social media, period. But Instagram specifically changed my life in the sense of it let me highlight my talents as far as what I can do with the basketball and then what I can do as teaching basketball. So that was a great trip, man. Great vibes, man. Dope opportunity. That's why I tell people like you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta, things is not gonna be perfect. It wasn't perfect, on my journey. That it's not perfect now. I'm always finding different ways to elevate, get stronger in different things, different areas that I know I may lack in, as far as business or content creation, or just finding different ways to evolve over time. Um, Being able to dribble a basketball and do all these tricks on, Instagram, and I truly enjoy just creating content, dribbling the basketball. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the art that's behind, creating content and storytelling, motivational, type of energy. So being able to do that and then and then getting to a point where you have big companies that reach out to you that want to work with you just solely off that. And it's not so much the following or things of that nature, but if a company feels like he'll be a great look and partnering with what we have going on, that's all that matters. So don't get caught up in following and comments, likes, like none of that stuff really matter. Like you're on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So it's free. Like the internet is so wide open. So it doesn't matter if your community or people that's around that you may know or they, that know you, it don't matter if they like it or not. And I'll be telling people, you think I care? Because of work, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm being around the NBA trainer like Michael Lancaster and, J Law. There's a few other names, my boy Josh, um, Javen, Jordan. There was a few people up there, man. But like I said, man, just keep going after what you want to go after. Dreams do come true. Like I said, that was the cherry on top of my career. I couldn't imagine being in a video game graduating high school. If you would have told me graduating high school, like, look, you're gonna go play college ball, you're gonna play some ABA ball, you're gonna get in the mix of some NBA trainers and NBA coaches, you're gonna be in a video game, you're gonna feature on the Harlem Globetrotters with one of the legendary guys. I wouldn't even believe that. I would have said, how I'm gonna do all this. You know what I'm saying? With my background. So yeah, man, just keep going every single day. Every single day. Even if you're not posting, just think about what you want to post. Think about different ideas. Because like I said, it comes true. You know what I'm saying? It took me 10 years from 18 to 28 to have that opportunity. But as a social media content creator, it took me 6 years to get to that opportunity. So, some things is going to come a little quicker than some others, but at the end of the day, you got to just work. It's a daily grind and, stay prayed up, move right, stay positive, keep a good face card, keep good relationships with people, and you'll grow.